Hi students, this is CS Srinivasarao Nakka. Today I am here to analyze your MTP, Series 1 MTP released by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India for January 2025 attempt. Okay, so MTP Series 1. For which attempt? For January 2025 attempt for CA inter students. Which students? CA inter students. MTP Series 1. It is issued by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India for January 2025 attempt Series 1 for corporate and other laws subject. For corporate and other laws subject, CA Inter, January 2025 attempt MTP Series 1 we are going to analyze now. Okay, let us start. So, before going to the MTP, before reading the MTP released by the Institute, I want to show you the analysis. Some statistics, few statistics are here. The topic wise weightage table. So, first of all, we should check whether the Institute MTP is adherence to the weightage table given by the Institute or not. So, this is the topic wise weightage as per your MTP. LLP Act, from LLP Act, they asked MCQs. How many marks, ma? For 6 marks, maybe 3 MCQs they asked. One scenario based MCQ. Only one scenario based MCQ having 3 questions from LLP Act, 3 into 2, 6 marks. That is what from LLP Act. Descriptive 10 marks means most probably 2 into 5 marks questions. Not in one single question. Please don't misunderstand. Not in one single question. Maybe in second question or third question or fourth question. They are asking one question from LLP Act. 5 marks questions, 2 questions from LLP Act, 2 into 5 times. So, total LLP Act, they asked for how many marks? 16 marks. In September 2024, final exam also, means your examination question paper also, they asked around 16 marks from LLP Act. Same thing. Okay. So, this is the LLP Act, from LLP Act. So, it is again, it is proved that even by analyzing MTP also, it is proved that LLP Act is very important. And I already informed the student LLP Act is category A chapter. High priority will be given to LLP Act. There is no doubt in that LLP Act is very few sections. Around 20 to 25 sections. If you have a knowledge, I think affordably, conveniently you can attempt 14 to 16 marks in LLP Act. And if you look at the MCQ questions and as well as descriptive questions also, it is very easy. We will go through once later. First, please analyze topic wise weightage. Next, Companies Act. Very important. Majority of the syllabus. Last syllabus is from Companies Act only. There are 14 marks from MCQs. So, hopefully 7 MCQs. 2 scenario based MCQs means 2 case studies they given. In one scenario they asked 4 questions. In another scenario they asked 3 questions. So, it is a scenario based MCQ. One scenario having 4 MCQs, 4 into 2, 8 marks. Another scenario having 3 MCQs, 3 into 2, 6 marks. Total 14 marks they asked from Companies Act, MCQs. I am talking about MCQs. Now, the biggest advantage to the students for next attempts are the MCQ paper also is given to the students, which is not for previous attempts. From September 2024 attempt, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India decided to give the MCQ paper also to the students. Earlier they are not providing. And descriptive questions 55 marks, maybe 11 questions into 5 marks. 11 questions into 5 marks, 55 marks, including choice I am talking about. Including external choice as well as internal choice. Including external choice as well as internal choice. This table has been prepared. So, 55 marks. 11 into 5, 55 marks. 55 plus 14, total from Companies Act, they asked 69 marks. So, if you have a knowledge of the Companies Act, I think you will get 40 marks out of 69. No doubt in that. For 69 marks, they asked only from company sat ma. If you have a very good knowledge in company sat, from 69 marks you are attempting, you will get 40 marks conveniently. Minimum guarantee if you have a knowledge of company sat, but company sat is very vast. Huge syllabus, 11 chapters are there. Around 148 plus another 10 to 11 sections are there. 167 sections are there, which are covered in company sat. So you have to selectively study the company sat. Next, FEMA, Foreign Exchange Management Act. This is also category A chapter. Category A topic. Foreign Exchange Management Acts, 4 MCQs. Straight MCQs they asked two straight MCQs and maybe 4 marks questions, 4 marks questions, 2 into 4 marks questions, 2 into 4, 8 for plus 4, 12. That is from FEMA Act. I think in September 2024 from FEMA Act they asked 14 marks. But this MTP they asked only 12 marks. Okay, that is not a very big difference. Then General Clauses Act, GCA, 6 marks from MCQs, maybe 3 MCQs. This is also scenario based MCQ. One scenario based MCQ contains 3 MCQs into 2 marks, 6 marks. And 8 marks from descriptive, means 2 into 4, 8 marks descriptive. Total GCA Act they asked 14 marks. And IPS interpretation of statutes, what is that? Interpretation of statutes, there is no MCQ, but descriptive 2 into 4, 8 marks, total 8, including internal choice and external choice, there are 119 marks. If you observe number of questions also, descriptive questions, number of questions from LLP Act, they ask 2 questions and companies at 11 questions, 13 plus FEMA 2, 15 plus 2, 17 plus 2, 19 questions you have to, you can see in the question paper, descriptive question paper, 19 questions. Out of that 4 marks questions are 6, remaining are 5 marks questions. That's all. That is the analysis. Topic wise weightage. I think almost they maintain the same weightage which is provided to the students. Weightage table has been provided to the students now. So the same students, board of studies provided weightage table. I think more or less same weightage table has been provided. Only thing is for interpretation of statutes, okay, they said upper limit, lower limit. When compared to upper and lower limit, yes, it is in within weightage only. They are following topic wise weightage in MTP. Recent MTP what they released. Okay. Now we are going into companies at chapter wise weightage. What weightage ma? Companies at chapter wise weightage. So we'll see companies at chapter wise weightage also. Why are companies at chapter wise weightage? In LLP at chapter wise not there, weightage not given. FEMA Act also not given. GCIPs also no chapter wise weightage is provided by the institute. Only for companies act only chapter wise, not chapter wise, sections wise provided. The companies act is divided into 4 sections, chapter weightage is given. Okay, I am analyzing chapter wise weightage. Let us see how many chapters we are discussing in the companies act, and out of that chapters, how many marks they asked in the MTP, recent MTP. Sir, same, the final question paper will maintain the same weightage. No assurance is there. We are just analyzing the MTP to understand the next January 2025 question paper. Okay. And the preliminary chapter, chapter number 1 preliminary. We are discussing so many things, section number 1, 2, all these things we are discussing in chapter number 2 preliminary. From that chapter, like, classification of companies and introduction to companies, like that sub chapters are there in our material. Okay, from that chapter, nothing, no MCQ, even no theory question also, no descriptive also, 0, completely 0. Private company, public company, one person company, small company. So many definitions we discussed now. Small company definition, one person company, private company, public company, holding company, subsidiary company, listed company, unlisted company, like that. So many definitions we referred. So total 0. Next, incorporation of a company, there is no MCQ. They only asked 5 marks, that is also section 8 company. A small question has been asked. We discuss so many things. Incorporation of a company chapter, MOA, alteration of MOA and AOA, documents and other related matters, Incorporation of formation and incorporation of a company, section 3, 3A, 10, like that. So many sections. Section number 7, how to incorporate a company. Section number 4, MOA, 5 AOA, 13 alteration of MOA, 14 alteration of AOA, 20, 21, 22. 19 also we discuss subsidiary company, holding company cannot take issue shares. Like that, so many sections we discussed. Out of that, only one 5 marks question from section 8 company concept. That is also how to get license for section 8 company. So we are making a wonderful efforts for these chapters, first chapter, second chapter, but so far only 5 marks only they are covered. In incorporation of a company, some 4 sub chapters are there. Formation, incorporation of a company, MOA and AOA, alteration of MOA and AOA, documents and other related matters. Together, they asked only one 5 marks question. That is also section 8 company. Okay. Next chapter, chapter number 3, prospectus and allotment of securities. 0. First time in the history, either MTP or RTP or question paper, maybe, as per my knowledge, there will be one question from prospectus and allotment of securities, chapter number 3 marks, section number 23 to 42. Section number 23 to 42. We are discussing public offer, private placement, types of public offer, contents of prospectus, misleading prospectus, shell prospectus, abridged prospectus, red herring prospectus, deemed prospectus. This many topics we are discussing. Minimum subscription, listing of securities, allotment of securities, minimum subscription, civil liability, criminal liability. This many topics we discussed in prospectus and allotment. Again, private placement, section number 42, including rules. Out of that, no MCQ, no descriptive. So this is a clear cut indication to all the students that there is no fixed weightage. Companies at 2013, don't assume, don't take any assumptions. Don't leave any chapter as a choice based on some assumptions. See, prospectus and allotment, every student, even faculty also, they spend a lot of hours. But 0 marks. Share capital and debentures chapter number 4, like buyback, reduction of share capital, right shares, bonus shares, alteration of share capital, issue of shares, ESDR, issue and redemption of preference shares, issue of shares at premium, issue of shares at discount. Like that, so many topics we discussed in share capital and debentures. Debentures also again, debentures authority matrix, debenture trustees, the issue of security debentures. Like that, we discussed so many things. Out of that, they asked only one MCQ, 2 marks MCQ from debentures topic, and one 5 marks question from share capital. One 5 marks question from share capital, that's all. Okay. So total how many marks they asked? 7 marks only they asked share capital and debentures chapter. Acceptance of deposits chapter number 5. Acceptance of deposits, very small chapter. What is deposit, what is not a deposit? That one, on that question they asked 5 marks. No MCQ, one descriptive 5 marks. Very simple. From employees who are taking money, that money can be considered as a deposit or not. On that small topic, what is not a deposit, they asked 5 marks descriptive question. I don't know why. It is very simple. Next, registration of charges. So far in previous attempts, actually registration of charges, they are continuously asking 5 marks descriptive. But this time in MTP, there is no descriptive question. Only one MCQ is asked for 2 marks. It's very simple. That is only for 2 marks. Next, management administration chapter. So if you calculate up to this chapter number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to first 6 chapters, only 12, 5, 17, 19 marks only out of 69. Total how many marks asked from companies at 69. Out of that 69, only 19 marks is asked from first 5 chapters. Not 5, first 6 chapters. We spend a lot of time for these 6 chapters actually. But we didn't kept these chapters in category A. If you closely observe day before examination strategy for September 2024, even for January 2024 also, that is what we are going to advise you. Please don't ignore these last 3 chapters. Last 4 chapters: declaration and payment of dividend, accounts of the company, audit and auditors, and incorporated outside India. If you observe from these chapters 14, 6, 20 plus 10, 30 plus 5, 35 marks they asked. Management administration 15 marks, internal choice 5 marks, so you can say ideally 10 marks only. So from management administration chapter 15 marks 3 into 5, but one internal choice, so ideally you can say only 10 marks. So declaration payment of dividend 10 plus 4 14. So too much weightage has been given to declaration payment of dividend chapter. In September 2024 attempt, they asked only 5 marks from DPOD, but now this year MTP they asked 14 marks. Accounts of the companies, there is 6 plus 0, 6 marks. 3 MCQs are there is no descriptive, only 6 marks. And audit and auditors 10 marks, but in September 2024 even there is no mark, 2 marks question only from audit and auditors. Companies incorporated outside India 5 marks, 1 descriptive. This is what the Companies Act chapter wise weightage. Companies Act chapter wise weightage. This is the Companies Act chapter wise weightage. So by looking at these tables itself, maybe you will come to a conclusion which chapters and which chapters will be prioritized, which chapters will be given less priority in Companies Act. Okay. Now we'll move to MTP without any delay. We'll go to MTP first. Let us see what is the MTP. I am not going to read the questions and answers. I am not here today to explain the questions and answers for that. Already suggested answers are given by institute. You don't worry about it, but testimonials of this question only I will discuss. So case scenario 1, this is a case scenario based MCQ. What I suggest the students, please don't read the question. Please don't read the entire case. First, go for reverse reading. So go for bottom up approach. Okay. First read the questions. What he is asking from you. Based on that, you can refer the paragraph. First, just read the questions. This is a scenario based MCQ on declaration of payment of dividend as well as accounts of the companies. Both chapters. 2 chapters together. 1 scenario based MCQ contains 4 MCQ, 5 MCQs, 5 into 10, 10 marks, scenario based MCQ, 10 marks. What is the minimum amount to be spent by Vasudha Private Limited on CSR activities? Yes, from accounts of the company chapter, CSR, 2% of average net profits from the last preceding 3 financial years. So, then when you are reading this question, then what you need information that you can come to an idea, then now please read the paragraph. See, here they mentioned already last 3 years profits, do the average and divide it into 2%. That is what the CSR amount. Okay, already answer is given and calculation also you can 75 lakhs. Then next, this is a constitution of CSR committee. Independent director to be appointed or not appointed in CSR committee. Is a private company or public company? First of all, please check once. Vasudha Private Limited, Prakash Limited. Prakash Limited is a public company. Vasudha Private Limited is a private company or incorporated. So which company constitution we are talking about? Considering a legal provisions regarding constitution of CSR committee and the one constituted by Vasudha Private Limited. So Vasudha Private Limited, private company, I think no independent director. Without independent director also can constitute a CSR committee. Okay. So maybe the answer will be D. Constitution of the committee is valid because company is not required to appoint an independent. Private company, there is no obligation to appoint independent director. In board of directors, there is no independent director. There is no obligation. If there is no obligation, how you will bring independent director? Independent director for constitution of CSR committee, not at all possible. Okay, so very simple questions. I think you can answer. Anyone can answer. What is the implication of the fact that Prakash Limited has not paid dividends for the last 4 years? So here they are talking about Prakash Limited. For 4th question, 5th question, they talk about Vasudha Private Limited. Now they are talking about Prakash Limited. Prakash Limited has not paid dividends for the last 4 years while having free reserves. There is no compulsion for any company to pay dividends. You know very well. Board of directors at their discussion they can recommend. Okay, once it is recommended, then only it can be declared by the general meeting. Declared by members in the general meeting. There is no compulsion for a company to declare the dividends to equity shareholders. You know very well. So that is on that topic only they are asking one question. There is no legal obligation to declare dividends even if the company has free reserves. Next they are asking during the current year is Vasudha Private Limited required to constitute CSR committee under the provisions of the Companies Act. For private company, public company, there are no separate provisions for simply they said either net worth or turnover or net profit. There are criteria is there. any one of the condition is satisfied, then they have to constitute a CSR committee, you know very well. So profit is already above 5 crores now, then definitely they have to constitute what committee ma? CSR committee, yes, because the company meets the threshold criteria having net profits exceeding 5 crores. If you observe, this is the nowadays this is the trend of asking MCQs. No, no, yes, yes. For X, yes also they are giving. Not only you know yes or no, but also you should know what is the reason for saying yes. Then only you can answer this MCQ. Do you understand what I am saying, ma? You know yes or no, na? No. Even though you are saying yes or no, it is not complete. Yes with reason and no with reason also you have to select. There are two options for yes, two options for no. Earlier, how they are asking MCQ? Yes, no, none of the above. Like that they are asking, but now the trend has been changed by the institute. They are giving no, and two options are there for no, and for yes also two options. Even though you know yes, still to select either C or D, you should know reason also. Why you are saying yes, that reason also you should know. Means without having a knowledge of provisions, you cannot answer this MCQ. Okay. Next. In case of Prakash Limited regarding the unpaid dividend, which of the following statement is correct? Company has to pay the dividend within 30 days. If company is unable to pay the dividend within 30 days, then transfer to a separate account. Okay. Maybe not due to default of the company or due to default by operation of law, that you should read the entire paragraph, then only you can understand. Okay. See here, on account of operation of law, this was transferred to unpaid dividend. So not due to default of company, due to unavoidable reasons, company is unable to pay dividend within 30 days from the date of declaration. So that what they have to do, they have to transfer to a separate account. Yes, they transferred a separate account within so that within 7 days from the expiry of 30 days from the date of declaration. But what is the problem now? Once it is transferred to a separate account, they have to provide the details of the beneficiaries with their address, everything. Only beneficiaries only. Okay. Only the names, that is a problem here. Not only small point, and that they are asking 2 marks MC. That's why companies here don't take any choice. Means you should listen to class carefully to answer these questions. Okay, maybe in classroom faculty explains, names as well as address, everything, and outstanding amount, how much amount you have to pay to that particular person, everything you have to mention, and you have to prepare a report. That report you have to post on your website. That is what. And a small point they are asking is 2 marks MCQ. So Prakash Limited is guilty or not guilty? First of all, for guilty there are 3 options are there. This is also guilty only. This is guilty. This is guilty. This is not guilty. First you have to decide guilty or not guilty. If it is not guilty, okay. If guilty, then for what reason? That also you have to select. This is what the speciality of nowadays MCQs. Okay. And it will take time to read the entire paragraph. That's why go for bottom up approach. Okay. And I think this is from LLP. I am not going to read the entire paragraph. Just will go what they are asking. When Anshul joined Educom Innovators LLP, discovered that key compliance filings, including the annual return and statement of accounts and solvency, were pending. What is Anshul's liability as a newly admitted partner concerning these past compliance lapses? So he joined by the time of joining itself already defaults are there. For that he is not liable, it is not possible. And suppose in the given scenario, Educom Innovators fails to file a statement of account and solvency or annual returns for 5 consecutive years. This is compulsory winding up. So as per that you have to wind up the LLP. Like that you have to decide. So 2 MCQs for LLP at 2 into 2 MCQ, 3 MCQs. 3 into 2, how many marks? 6 marks. And who is responsible for filing financial statements? Means statement of account and solvency and annual returns, only designated partners. Okay, that is about one question. So designated partners as well as this is about maybe filing of statement of account and solvency and annual returns. Okay, so from that chapter they are asking. So LLP, very simple MCQs, you can answer. Next one is for, this is from General Classes Act, serving. So how to serve a notice serving by post. Okay, so how to do the post, that is what you have to clearly read, and then only can answer this, because it is a very good confusing. Ordinary post, register post, courier, hand delivery, like that. Don't apply Companies Act as per General Classes Act. As per Companies Act section number 20, that is different. Service of the documents is different as per section 20 of the Companies Act. Don't apply here. They are asking General Classes Act, not section number 20 of the Companies Act 2013. As per which act you have to answer, that is also very important. Okay, as per Companies Act, either you can send courier also, hand delivery also. post also, speed post, normal post, courier, whatever you want you can do as per company chart, but as per GCA Act, when it is deemed to be posted, that is what they are asking, that you have to write. And in the case of United Commercial Bank, this 10th question and 11th question, normal students, it is not possible to answer because it is not possible to remember the case laws. So out of all these 15 MCQs, I can say this 9, 10, 11 is difficult. I think you cannot, normal students, they cannot answer these MCQs. So they are asking, they are directly case law, and in that case law, they are asking MCQ. It is not possible unless you remember that particular case law, what is happened in that particular case also. Normally, it is not possible. So 3 MCQs are difficult. 3 into 2, 6 marks directly you can lose. Next one is FEMA Act, Foreign Exchange Management Act. They are asking from current account transactions, what is the limit? They are asking that only. So you should read the current account transactions and you have to answer. Okay, very simple. You have to read the 12th question and the 13th question. It's not a scenario based MCQ, independent MCQs. 12th is different, 13th is different. You have to read separately and you have to answer 12th question, 13th question. And one is a resident, person resident in Indiana, person resident outside Indiana. This is very easy, and even this current account transactions also very easy. For artificial persons, what is the limit for current account transactions? From that they are asking this one. Okay. Next, this is from debentures chapter, debentures topic. So who can be appointed as a debenture trustee? They are asking for 2 marks. Who can be appointed as a debenture trustee? They are asking for how many marks? 2 marks. You cannot be a creditor, cannot be a debtor, cannot be holding shares, so that no one can appoint as a debenture trustee. Very simple question, you can answer. Okay. Next one is from registration of charges. Registration of charges, from that they are asking. Okay. So they are asking, ignore the oversight since the original charge was registered. So this question, if students remember, I asked in the classroom. Normally 30 days, otherwise 60 days, otherwise 120 days you have to inform to the registrar, right? Even beyond 120 days, then what is the remedy? I said you have to make an application to central government to rectify the register of charges maintained by ROC for your company. From that they are asked 2 marks. If my students, they can remember this question I asked in the classroom also, even though it is not there in your material, I asked. Okay, this is what your MCQs. Except 3 MCQs, maybe 4th MCQ, last MCQ also it is not easy for students. 4 MCQs are little bit difficult. Not little bit difficult, I think students cannot answer. 4 into 2, 8 marks straight away you can lose. And 10 MCQs it is very easy. 9 MCQs it is very easy. Maybe another 2 MCQs if you have a knowledge you can. That is what for MCQs. And go to descriptive question. What question? Descriptive question now. Descriptive. So Alpha Limited listed on first question 1A, 1B, 1C. And I am saying again and again. So if separate marks has been given, that is a separate question, and please write separately in your question paper, question number 1A, like that, keep the heading and write separately. 1A is a separate question because separate marks has been given, 5 marks. Yes, question number 1 is for 14 marks. Yes, 14 marks. And question number 1A, 5 marks. See, 1B again 1, 2. Sir, both are separate, not separate. Both 1, 2, both are same only because for both they are given 5 marks. There is no separate marks given for 3 marks, 2 marks, like that, it is not given. So it is a one question, you have to write at one place, 1A, 1B, 1, 1B, 2, and you have to write like that. Or you have to put the heading question number 1B, and in that 1 like side margin you can write, and 2 side margin you can write. Please don't write 1B1 one place and 1B2 some other place, no. Next, Mr. Prem, a chartered accountant, has been appointed. This is from auditor chapter, whether disqualifications of the auditor. And this is also from audit only. So from some small topic they are asking 2 sub questions, not having separate marks, together 5 marks. Okay. Next one is referring to the provisions of the company's Foreign Exchange Management Act. Again they are asking schedule 1 of the current account transactions, prohibited transactions. Okay. Hiring charges, this is not prohibited actually, you have to take the permission of the ministry. Okay. And this one is callback services, it is prohibited. So schedule 1 and schedule 2 they are asking. So it is straight away you can write 4 marks question. See, very simple to answer. And 2A is again for 5 marks, 1 2A, 2B, 2C, same pattern they are following, 5 plus 5 plus 4. I think this is from deposit. Okay, acceptance of deposit. What is not a deposit, what is a deposit? Salary is 5 lakhs to the company, 5 lakhs 30,000, only maximum 1 year only salary can take a deposit, and without paying interest. Non-interest bearing deposit from employees subject to a 1 month salary cannot be treated as a deposit, you know that. So that one small point they ask for 5 marks, very simple, and this is clearly explained in our classroom, and you can bag 5 marks easily. MNO Limited are finalizing its financial statements, and this is actually from free reserves. This is in your important concepts for self-study, free reserves definition in the declaration payment of dividend chapter. If you remember, I clearly referred free reserves definition when we are discussing bonus shares. Bonus share section number 63, I intentionally I discussed free reserves. I went to free reserves definition, and I asked free reserves definition also, and I provided guidance note on declaration of dividend SS2, SS3 guidance note on SS3 also we referred, and we decided whether we can use capital profits for distribution of dividend or for issue of bonus shares or not, if you remember, students. Okay, so this is actually from my discussion 5 marks has been asked in MTP. Okay, I think normally students they are not referring the definition of free reserves, maybe little bit difficult for the students who are not referring the definition of free reserves. Now explain the following with reference to the positions of general class at movable property both. These are the direct question and very easy question. Both the definitions we are discussing, movable property and both. And explain the provisions of Companies Act 2013, who can get a license to operate a Section 8 company. This is from second chapter, Section 8 company, how to get a license. So there is a rule is there, that rule you have to. So projected financial statement, income and expenditure account for 3 years you have to provide, declaration by the chartered accountant, and MOA and AOA, that is also you have to submit. These are all the things and special points we discuss for Section 8 company that you can discuss here. You can write here for 5 marks conveniently. Direct theory question, it is a direct theory question. And 3B is nothing but, this is from management administration chapter. Members can held the meeting by themselves. Meeting held by the requisitions themselves. That is what the question, 5 marks question. So I think it is already covered in your syllabus, and classroom also we discussed very well. Within how many days they can wait, 21 days, 45 days, 3 months, like that everything we discussed. So based everything you have to write here. And as an explanation added to a section, explanation, I referred the examples of LLP Act for explanation, and even Companies Act also for explanation. Explanation is there for section number 7 of the LLP Act 2008. Okay, and for Companies Act 2013 also there are for so many sections explanations are there. So explanation can widen the ambit of a section, that is what they are asking. So there is a conflict in between explanation and section. What we have to follow? Yes, explanation can be widen the ambit of the section. So this is a question is there, you can write. Okay, next from General Class Act, interpretation of statutes, this one. Next, Unnose Limited declared a final dividend to shareholders. Again, declaration payment of dividend. Already MCQ has been asked. Again, they are asking 30-day period. You fail to pay the dividend. What is the consequence of not payment of dividend within 30 days? That is what they have to write. One last question is there in our material. So that question you can ask. Okay. Next, define the term financially. Again, see financial definition LLP Act. This is there in your additional concepts for important concepts for self-study financial year, but purposefully I provided an example also. Depend upon the date of incorporation of LLP, what is the first financial year, what is the second financial year. If you remember, please try to recollect. I provided table also on the, so financial year definition of LLP, financial year for Companies Act also, for both I provided table. Okay, 5 marks they asked. This is the second question from my discussion, if you observe. And what is the effect of proviso? Does it qualify the main provisions of the enactment? There they asked explanation, here they are asking proviso. These are all internal aids for interpretation of the statutes, covered in interpretation of statutes, as well as General Class Act also to some extent. You please write. Now this one is from, so this is what Limited Liability Partnership Act, retirement. So retiring partner, ex-partner, retiring partner, farmer partner when he is liable. Farmer partner when he is liable, for what he is liable, this is also I clearly explained. Okay, once even though he is giving notice to the I explained Ratan Tata example, if you remember Ratan Tata example. Ratan Tata is a partner in your LLP, and he knows that something happening in the LLP, something is fishy, so he, by giving 30 days notice, he left from your organization. Okay, even though he is living from LLP, but LLP is not informing to ROC, and his that removal of partner is not updated in the records of the ROC. Still Ratan Tata is liable for the contracts entered by the LLP. That's what I said. To overcome this, what option is available to Ratan Tata? Directly can inform to ROC. That also I said. Once you are informing to ROC, ROC will give the notice to the company, and company is silent, then silence is acceptance. That also is stressed there. Okay, this is a very good question, 5 marks question. Next, the auditor of ABC Limited, not a government company, has resigned on 31st December 2023, while the financial of the company 31st How auditor shall be appointed? Again they are asking from audit 5 marks. Already they asked for 5 marks. Again they are asking from audit chapter only 5 marks. Okay. What do you understand by good faith? There they asked oath. Now they are asking good faith definition. There is no definition for good faith. Only explanation is there. That you have to write. Okay. And examine the validity of the following decisions of the board of directors with reference to provisions. This is from management administration chapter. This is actually demand for poll. Proxy have a right to demand the poll or not. Very small point, they are asking 5 marks. You can write conveniently. And again, this is internal choice. Either you can attempt this one or this one. Sir, I am attempting both the questions. For which question you get high marks, that question will be selected. Okay. So this is actually proposed link is not specified in the notice. So this is again explanatory statement, proper notice. You have to provide the information to the members to come to the meeting. So that is what a small question, 5 marks. Explain the provisions of Companies Act 2013 read along with companies registration of foreign companies rules 2014 respect of audit of accounts of foreign company. This is for companies incorporated outside India. Again from audit they are asking. And explain the meaning of current account transactions as defined in the Foreign Exchange Management Act. Current account transactions you have to define. This is what your MTP. If you by looking at your MTP, out of MCQs maybe 3 MCQs plus 1, 4 MCQs are difficult, 5 MCQs are. I think from the general classes at 3 MCQs we cannot answer, and so 3 plus 1 MCQ, total 4 MCQs. I think it is a little bit difficult for you. Other than that, remaining MCQs you can conveniently you can attempt. So from MCQs you will get 14 marks, around 20 to 24 marks. 3 MCQs only, 3 into 2, 6 marks. Okay. Remaining MCQs comfortably you can answer. So you have a choice of you have a chance of getting 20 to 25 marks from MCQs from this MTP. And descriptive, I think all descriptive questions are very easy. Compulsory question is also very easy. This is directly from your ESOP, employee sweaty ratios. From directly sweaty ratios they are asking. So sweaty ratios direct question is there. In your material also straight question is there. There is no need to wait for the company to issue the sweaty ratios. There is no need to wait 2 years, 5 years like that. Nothing is there. So the direct question from your practical questions, test your knowledge questions, direct question, 5 marks question you can answer happily. This also you can answer from auditing chapter 5 marks, and this one from MASTERMIND 4 marks you can answer. So I think descriptive also you can ask, you can answer total 79 marks, 89 marks you can answer conveniently, and there is a possibility of getting 40 to 50 marks from the descriptive, depend upon your level of presentation skills. So total there is a possibility of getting 70 to 80 marks from this MTP. Strictly you are attempting this MTP at your own, based upon the knowledge, either classroom discussion or maybe based upon your preparation. So you will get 70 to 80 marks. There is a scope of getting 70 to 80 marks. So I wish you all the best. Even don't expect even a much difficult paper in your final examination also. Even though you please ready, even the paper is challenging, be ready. So at any cost you will get 50 to 60 marks. Even the paper is challenging, you have a choice of, means you have a chance of getting 50 to 60 marks in law subject. So please prepare well and all the best. I am signing off. Thank you.